Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Man, I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things, about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
And now, Shooting the Shit with Dave and Ellen.
Yeah.
Hello.
How's it going, everybody?
Very good.
Welcome to Shooting the Shit with
Ellen
and Dave. And today we want to thank Keith Vittore for coming in. He's our special guest. But
Yes.
before we get to that, we have to do our...
It's episode 14.
Oh, shit, yeah. Episode 14.
But it's always number 2 to us.
Very true. Me too.
That's our business. But thanks for coming in.
Yay.
Yeah.
Our theme today is a guest. But before our theme, we always have to do our check-in. And we check in with our guests first. So, Keith, how have your poops been recently?
Well, I had several today.
Woo, several.
Wow,
Yes.
okay.
My pattern is different than most other people's, I feel like. So I was interested in when you told me that I might be coming on. I was excited, and I was just like, well, this is different than everybody else's. But yeah, I went twice today. I've never seen a Bristol chart.
Oh,
You're in luck because we have... I think we have 2.
I like that.
yeah, I
Oh my
have
God.
way too
Yeah.
much stuff. So there's this one that Dave gave me that is like fancier, and then this is like the regular one.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is not the medical... mine's a creative interpretation of the Bristol chart, the one I gave her.
But it's like the smelly seaweed. We use that as
I like
smelly seaweed all the time. We talk about number 5 being like that.
I had type 6 today.
A 6? Ooh.
Yeah, 6. And
what did you eat?
More than once.
Oh, no.
wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't 7, so
That's good.
yeah.
7's when you need Depends.
Yeah, it was like 6. Maybe it started at a 5, and as the day went on, it went to a 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What made it so loose? Do you know? Did you eat something
No,
out of the...
No. I had my allergies been bothering me.
Me
so
too.
I've been on allergy medicine constantly. So
Yeah.
normally when I go, it's a disaster in that department.
Oh,
But
you got to watch for your sneezing.
right,
You might shirt.
Yeah, I don't want that. But yeah, so I was taking medicine, and then I stopped this morning. And normally during this whole medicine taking program that when I'm on it, I'll go to the bathroom and it'll be not good. But I was good throughout the whole thing, and then I stopped today, and my body was like, put the brakes on, and was like, something's up, like something's different now. We're eliminating this medicine was inside you, and I think that's what
was the medicine?
It was like Tylenol, sinus, whatever. Just that stuff messes up my stomach over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive to over-the-counter stuff.
Me too.
Yeah.
It always kind of wreaks havoc
Yeah.
on my body as well.
Yeah.
We've all been on something this week because you got sick and you were on the NyQuil. And
I had a child coughing in my mouth and, or on me, and I have been feeling a little under the weather. So I do apologize to those listening because I'm sure I'm going to get kind of phlegmy.
Yeah.
Go for it.
The last episode, I was that way. I was coughing like crazy. But then I realized I was like, oh wait, there's Benadryl. So I took a Benadryl before I went to bed, and it knocked me out, and I woke up the next day with no allergies. And I was like, wow, look how that shit works.
Yeah, right, the modern wonders of drugs.
Right?
But okay, so yeah, 5, 6. All right.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think by tomorrow I should be back at a 4.
Look at you.
Sausage.
Move up the food chain.
You're moving up
the food chain.
The poo chain.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, how are you guys doing with yours?
Yeah, Dave, how's your poos?
Mine have been pretty well. Last night I had dinner over friends in the city, and it was delicious dinner, by the way. Thank you, Jameson and Jennifer, for that. But like directly after, I mean, I was waiting for the train, and I had the most insane like gas pains. Like I had to fart so bad, but it was on that cusp of like, if I fart, something else might come out. So I kind of just held it in for 2 train rides back home, the F to the C, which was a disaster. But I get home and it was just like boom, like just, I mean, everything just came out of me. Like,
Yeah, you
was-
have I think your digestive tract is just a straight line.
Mine too.
It's really weird. Like, I had to go. It was immediate. And the second my body probably knew where we were. And the second I opened the door, it was like, it's coming.
I hate
and
that.
I just ran down the hallway like.
If I'm like anywhere else, I don't ever pee my pants, but I pee my pants in my own apartment way too many times because my body knows I'm home and it's like, get to the and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it's
kinda
not like a
crazy.
lot of pee. It's just like a
little
little
pee.
old lady pee, you know? This
Old lady
podcast is
pee?
not about pee.
Well, I forgot to get the pressure washer. I was going to get a pressure washer sound effect. That would have been good for the little pee thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, next time. But yeah, so mine was like, it was like all over the map. I don't even know. It was like every number combined. So potpourri, if you will.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was bad. Luckily, I was the only one home.
Oh, Tiny was somewhere else?
No, she went to go to Pop's Go-Go Box
Oh.
right after.
Oh.
She must have just missed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went out to see some friends, and I went home. And then I just, had a little party at the toilet.
You're like, I cannot blow up that.
Yeah, I didn't even know what the number was, but it was just like, it was like off the charts. I feel like it was just, it was everywhere.
When I was at Pop's Go-Go Box 2 weeks ago doing their photo shoot for them, I actually used undercover poo.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Nice. I did as well last night, too.
Undercover poo? Is that the spray stuff?
No, it's
It's our last
it's like a little
episode.
toilet bath bomb.
I've
Yeah.
listened to every episode except for the last one, so
Oh, okay.
that's why I don't know.
Yeah, that's our
Slacker.
first product review that we approve.
And how does this work?
It's like a bath bomb for your toilet.
Yeah.
So instead of it being a spray like poopery, it's just a tablet. And it's great because you can like plop it in while you're pinching it off.
Yeah.
Like
You don't have to wait for it to dissolve. You can kind of like, if you're doing your business, you can actually, drop it in while you're doing that too.
And while we're talking about that, everybody, Undercover Poo did give us a promo code of Hey Poopy Pod for 15% off at undercoverpoo.com. It's on our Instagram. So, but yeah,
Check them out.
check them out.
It's a
They're
great little product.
Yeah,
And,
we approve.
we approve. We made a little stamp.
It's the stamp of approval.
And it's great for travel, which is my favorite part. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm taking this to Puerto Rico for
Yeah,
our
it's like the
anniversary.
size of a lipstick or
Nice.
like a Lifesavers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, check it out.
So my check-in is I've been doing number 5s recently, which is kind of annoying, but I think it's because of the meds I'm on. I'm still on Lyme meds. But yesterday I went to a spin class and was feeling like a little rumbling in my gut. And as I'm on the bicycle, I was like, oh my God, what if I shit myself on the bike? And then I kept like, it was in my head, and then I was getting like swamp ass because I was sweaty all over. And I was like, what if I just sharted and
You don't know.
like the girls behind me at the spin class totally see a doo-doo stain. And like, that's all I could think of. And I went to the bathroom right after the class and I was like, oh, thank God it was just sweat. But it's getting warm enough in New York where like swamp ass is like combining, you
It's
know?
coming.
It's the worst.
it's the
And I
worst.
used to like powder in between my cheeks to help with the swamp ass, but then they say that like baby powder causes cancer. So I
really?
I
Wow.
want to stay away from butt cancer as much as I possibly can.
Mud butt.
Ooh. And then today I was going to go to a yoga class this morning, but my stomach was not doing well and totally like made the hugest number 5. Like it was past the water. It was like,
you really go past the water
I love
line.
passing
oh my
the
God.
water. I
Yeah.
love it.
It's like,
I guess I feel so proud.
yeah.
I really do every time.
It's like you really make a real proper evacuation.
It's like every time it happens, it's like the first time it's happened.
Right?
I'm like, wow.
You're like,
It's like, what did I eat? Where did this all come from? So I like didn't go to yoga class, which I'm glad I didn't because I was like, oh no, I can't leave the house until I poo. And it literally happened at like, if the yoga class was at 10 a.m. at like 10:20 is when I shit. So I would have shit my pants in yoga, which would have been great.
Oh my
Nice for
God.
everybody
That
there.
would have been
It'd only been great
that
for
would've
the
been awesome. That would have
podcast.
been a great story for the show. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I want that to happen, but I kind of want that to happen.
And then I went into the city and ate lunch. And as I was leaving, my tummy was like a little grumbly. And I was like, oh my God, am I going to shit my pants on the way home? and we're gonna have a total story for the podcast, me shitting my pants. But instead I just like literally farted up the food. I could smell the food. I farted and through like my swampy butt of walking around the city.
God.
And I was like, I am disgusting. I'm no better than. Ooh.
What did it sound like that?
He was a lot wetter.
Oh.
No, actually, it didn't have any sound, just a lot of smell.
Oh, okay. So
Silent
SPD?
but deadly. Yeah.
That happens.
But I was like, thank God I'm outside because I can smell this shit coming from my ass. And like, it's so embarrassing. I'm a mess.
Happens.
I'm a dirty, dirty animal.
Me as well.
Yeah, I mean, last night I thought for sure at one point I'm like, I may shit my pants. I have to talk about this today. But it didn't happen. Thank God.
All come close this past 24 hours.
Yeah. It was, woof.
It's a good crowd, I guess, to be in to shit your pants.
Yeah. It's a safe space.
Safe space. So, Keith, now we are going to go on to theme of the show. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Going into this, I was really nervous about coming on the show because I know a lot of people that have been on and they're performers in some way, and I'm not. So I was like, well, this might be like hard for me to do. But then I realized I'm pretty well versed in shit. Like my life has been like not dedicated, but it's so involved with crap that I'm like, I'm gonna be just fine. When I really sat there and I thought about it, I'm like, I'm gonna be fine because I have been doing it for a long time, and I don't know, I think I have like weird pooing stuff.
Well, I mean, you came prepared with like a whole notebook of notes here, so
it's only 47 pages long.
I mean, you've already like surpassed.
Yeah, bravo. I'm very proud. He's the first guest who came like super prepared. We try to send questions to all our other guests and prepare them, but you came
you did
above
your homework,
and beyond.
my friend.
I did.
Yeah, so I'm dying to hear some of this stuff.
Thank you. But yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn. I work on Wall Street. I shit. I have a wife and a son, and they shit as well.
We hope so.
Yeah, though I don't really witness one of them doing it, but yeah. So that's and I'm friends with Ellen from outside of here. So
yeah. I mean, I guess I kind of know you through the burlesque community because we have so many friends in common. But you are not a burlesque performer.
No,
you're a burlesque and maybe enthusiast.
Yes.
But it's okay. We can have non-burlesque people on the show.
I mean, as long as there's funny stories that's got, you know.
Yeah. And Keith is one of the few people who was not the very beginning, but he's on the Poops and Farts page, the private page on Facebook. And as soon as I knew he was a public pooper, his stories have been good. He's even texted me privately like, oh my God, this just happened. I was like, honey, share it on the page.
I love that.
And he's like, no, it's too embarrassing for the page.
Well, I also didn't want to share anything on the page until after I was on here because I felt like if I had anything good to
save
say,
it for here.
Save it for here. Then
now,
going forward, I will fill you in on some stuff.
Oh my God, you should be our call-in. Like any kind of cool thing would be like, that should be a good segment, a new segment at some point.
I also I wouldn't say I have any specific skill in life, but I'm pretty observant. So I'm observant to poo and farting within my vicinity and the ones I'm giving off and the ones I'm taking in. So, yeah. So.
You look a detective.
Yeah, a poo detective. Yeah.
SPU. What was it? What was that one?
SPU?
SPU or something?
That's hilarious.
Special pooping unit. That's great.
I just like the PU.
Yeah, the PU is always good.
So funny. Well, awesome. Now that we know a little bit about Keith, let's start off with some basic questions for you. What kind of toilet paper do you like, and is it over versus under?
Okay, well, over. Mm-hmm. Sorry,
that's okay. I don't think anybody's ever picked under except for me. I'm like,
you're like a throwback, so you should like old school. You should be proud of yourself.
I'm like a throwback jersey or something. Okay, exactly. Fair enough.
Mitchell and Ness, toilet paper.
Yeah.
Throwback.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So
I feel like everybody who comes on from now on, even if they are under, they're gonna like be like, "Oh no, I can't."
Yeah.
I you know.
I can't wait till someone says under. I'm gonna like high five the shit out of them.
Exactly.
Exactly. Where were we? I'm sorry.
Oh.
Brand of toilet paper.
Oh. Okay, so I just moved recently, and I moved into a bigger apartment with 2 bathrooms.
Woo!
Oh, shit.
Luxury.
Yeah, it is fantastic.
Yeah, life is. It's like exactly. It's amazing. And I was always, when I buy toilet paper, I normally would just go to the store and buy a roll here or a roll there, because one of the things I did want to bring up that I guess coming up now is that I almost never poo at home.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Almost ever, unless something's up.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I buy toilet paper. I was buying it sporadically, like I'd buy it here and there because my son's by me on the weekends, but during the week, only my wife's there with me, and I don't poo at home, so a roll of toilet paper could last a while.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So I was buying Urban Meadow, which is
I haven't even heard of that.
that's the Key Food brand.
We have to look that one up.
Yeah.
Meadow.
They've I never thought of that, you know. Meadow. I never thought of the word like I know meadow's in the word, but I didn't actually think of that. But I was buying their paper for a while, and then they're like the no frills brand, that
Okay.
Key Food's brand.
Yeah.
But they lost their contract, and now someone else has them, and their new toilet paper. I don't know the name, but it sucks, so I don't buy it
Oh.
anymore.
Oh, okay.
So that there's that, and then now that we live in a 2-bathroom place, I buy packs of toilet paper. So now
Economy.
they don't sell Urban Meadow or these other ones that I know of from Key Food in they only sell them loose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're in paper. They don't just hand them to you.
Hey, go
That was
on.
funny, yeah.
Right.
But yeah. So I've been buying a bunch of different kinds, trying them out. I don't like Charmin or anything too thick.
Yeah, me neither.
You're
Right.
in the right crowd
Yeah.
here.
And I've never used bamboo paper.
It's
paper.
nice.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's just the
I was
price
afraid you'd
tag.
say that.
So
'cause now I gotta
expensive
buy
though.
it.
Yeah.
It's so fucking expensive though.
So yeah, I bought Trader Joe's because someone had recommended on this show. I think it
Yes,
was you.
I have. Yeah.
So I bought that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I think Trader Joe's is recycled too, because I always try to buy stuff that's better for the carbon footprint.
Right.
Yeah.
So Trader Joe's does recycle.
Yeah. So that's what I use.
Oh, cool.
I use that, and then if I can't get to Trader Joe's, then I go to like Family Dollar and buy something that's not too thick, but is not like paper mache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you can see through it,
Right.
it's bad
Yeah.
too.
exactly right.
Oh yeah, you don't want the
Right.
breakage.
No, that's not good.
Wait, so you say you don't poo at home, which is beyond shocking, but you are talking to 2 people who work freelance, so we do spend a lot of time
Yeah.
at home.
Right.
But where do you poo?
I poo at work.
Oh. I was like, do you run out of your apartment and find a
Yeah,
public
a porta potty.
bathroom?
That would be funny. But I usually I'm usually on a set schedule. So I go to work, I eat breakfast at work, and then usually I eat around 8:30, 8 o'clock,
Okay.
and then it starts brewing. And by like 10:30ish, I go to the bathroom, I go in, and I do what I gotta do. I come out, work, go to lunch, and kind of like you're saying with him, whatever I eat, if I eat, I have to go to the bathroom usually right after.
That's
for the most
crazy.
part. So I eat lunch and then I go back in, and then I don't go to the next day.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
sometimes I don't go on weekends.
What?
Yeah, like on Fridays I'll go before I leave work, and I won't feel uncomfortable. I won't feel bloated or constipated. Just
But you
Sounds-
eat on the weekends?
yeah, more than I do
Wow.
during the week.
How
Do you,
are you
like,
doing that? Like,
Notice
I mean,
your stomach getting fuller?
Not really, but like
Wow.
sometimes a Sunday night or Monday morning, I'm like, I feel a little weird, and then I'm like, oh, that's why. And then I go to work the next day, or I'm on my way to work, and I just get there and I go, and I'm fine.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
impressive,
And
friend.
I
There-
feel like that's also psychological. Like
It
you
is
don't want to poo at home.
I think poo, well, for me anyway, is totally psychological. My whole way I've gone, my whole life has been psychological, I think. Sorry.
What was that?
Oh no, it sounds like a train.
I burped in a train sound.
Yeah,
right. But
You are.
You're like a human sound effect machine.
I'm like Motormouth Jones from Police Academy. Yeah. But yeah. So and it's that way. Like that's my pattern. Sometimes I'll go at home, but very rarely do I go at home. But the weird thing is, the crazy thing is, like when I go on vacation, because like I usually go away once or twice a year, 4 or 5 days, 7 days, and there are times I'm 4 or 5 days in, I still haven't went yet.
Oh my God, man.
But I'm almost never feel bloated or constipated. I just don't have to go, and I eat and I drink while I'm away. It's just
wow.
I don't
By
know
the
why.
third day, if I don't go on vacation, I literally am miserable.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
I'm ready to explode.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Because sometimes I get constipated on vacations, and by the third day, like I one time was in Portland, Oregon, and I could not shit for 3 days, and it got to the point where I couldn't eat food because
Yeah.
I was so sick from being constipated, and I had to go out and buy suppositories.
Well, hold on for a second. So now you have the second bathroom. Are you?
Oh yeah.
Are you trying to like go at home now more?
I
Often, or?
I don't have desire to really. I do sometimes, but I would say maybe, I'm just guessing, but I would say maybe once a month I go at home.
Wow.
That
Maybe
is.
twice a month.
There's
not-
no way. That's amazing.
And I'm not like, it's not like I don't want to crap because someone's
Yeah.
calling. Like, I'm not embarrassed at all. I'll shit anywhere. Like, if I got to go, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, because there are people who only poop at home.
Yeah.
But
I'm
you're
not
the opposite.
Yeah. It's very weird. So, like, if I got to go, I'll go.
It's yeah. Okay. That's impressive, my friend. That's like.
Well, I don't. I'm not bragging about it, but it's just the way it is.
I mean,
I
I'm
guess.
just saying. Like, I'm impressed. That's
Thank you.
like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. Although I did. I broke my leg when I was 16, and I was in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
And I had a
That's
pin.
a bad break.
I know. I broke my femur.
Ooh.
And it was I mean, I'm fine now. But at the time, I had to wait a week for surgery because the doctor was on vacation, and then I was like just being like, I'm like, don't move me anymore. I was just in such pain. I'm like, I was in this hospital like about 45 minutes from my parents live, so 'cause I was on a ski trip. Anyhow, so I didn't take a shit for maybe a week, an entire week. And then my leg was still broken. So by the time I just like, I remember waking up at like 2 a.m. and just, I had to like be put on this like weird adult sort of like
Swiveling.
like a ass open like sort of I don't know, wheelchair. It's like it's like a high chair wheelchair combo thing. And then I had to like lift myself off that onto the toilet and then put my leg on a garbage can to keep it like sort of like level.
This sounds awful.
It was awful. It was horrible, and I was in so much pain because of the leg. And then I finally go, and it felt like I was passing a bottle, like I just like a fucking brick. And then, and then I looked down. It was like the size of a fucking marble.
What?
It was tiny.
Wow.
It felt like it was a football wrapped in sandpaper coming out of my ass, and all it was a marble. And then it was. I didn't mean to sidetrack it, but it totally made me think of that.
Yeah,
just like holding in, because my whole thing was like I just didn't want. It was not psychological. I just was embarrassed to like have anybody help me do that, and it was just.
Well, that
like,
is psychological.
Well, I guess it is.
You're just,
I mean, I was just more. It was
Yeah.
bad.
Oh my God.
It was,
but like, so a lot of times if you're in the hospital, they won't let you leave until you
Right.
shit.
Right,
oh yeah,
right.
I know. I
After
mean,
surgeries and stuff.
Yeah.
it was just like, I mean, every day I was just like, okay, it's one more day. I think I can make it 2 weeks. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I went a week without like pooping, and just don't do it, people.
No.
It's so weird how poo could be psychological. Like, I mean, it's so much is to me because like I always like when I was a kid, every time I ate, I just like I have to shit immediately, and I think it was because I mostly felt that way. Like if we went out to eat as a family, we went to go eat, and I'd eat and be fine, and then once we got in the car, and I realized there was no bathroom in the car, I had to shit. So it was psychological. It's like once I wasn't near a bathroom, I would have to go. I've gotten over that over time, but that lasted up until a few years ago.
Wow.
That stopped. We went. Me and Naomi went on our honeymoon, and my stomach was different for the first time ever. And I think it was because I was just like totally stress free, and from there I've built on that. So
Oh.
Okay.
yeah,
Love made you stress free.
poo.
Free to poo.
Free
Yeah.
to poo.
Exactly.
You're free to be.
Patricia. I love
That's
to
a
a lot of
Howard
Howard.
Stern reference to all you that don't listen to Howard, but the three of us are massive Howard
Oh, I
Stern
didn't know
fans.
you listen as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I text the two of you every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you what the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Yeah, you are my two Howard people.
Cool.
So yeah. So floor versus pants.
Okay, I mean, once you guys had started the podcast, and I started listening. I already knew my answer. I knew my answer because I made a pact with myself. I am never shitting my pants again, ever. I will shit in a kindergarten classroom in front of children. I will not shit my pants ever again. I'm not doing it. I'll go anywhere. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. Like, I want to go in a toilet. But if I gotta go, I'm not going in my pants. I've done that before, unfortunately, several times, and that's not happening
You're
anymore.
done.
Yeah, so I heard
looking
people
back.
Yeah. I've heard people on the podcast say like, oh, well, you know, am I in public? I don't care. I don't want to go in
all right.
public.
I love that answer.
I'm not going in my pants.
I like it.
iPhone's out and ready on the subway, and you're like, "Fuck you! I'm
who
shitting right
cares?
here."
I mean, I'll probably cover my face or something, but I'm like,
pull your T-shirt over your
Yeah.
face and then
I'm
take
like,
a dump.
Yeah, I'm like Phantom of the Opera mask.
Oh my God, please.
I mean, like,
You have a shit mask he's bringing around with you?
that's a good idea. That's a great idea.
And toilet paper.
You're like,
Yeah.
Emergency.
You're like, I never thought I had to use this, but
Exactly. So yeah, I'm pants. I'm done with that.
So you just said you're done with that. Do you have stories from when you
yes, I
pooed your
have
pants?
a
We can
couple.
go right
Yeah.
there.
yes,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Okay. So this is probably my favorite poo story that I have, and especially it involves me. So me and my wife went on a trip to France. Well, actually we went to South Africa, but we had a layover in France.
Okay.
And we'd never been to France, and we were there for like 8 hours or something like that. So we landed and we saw all the sights and stuff, and then we realized like, oh, like we have to leave and go back to the airport. Our flight's soon. So we had to rush back, and like we're walking through the streets of France trying to get to some train or bus. I forgot how we even got back, but we just made like a turn down this block, and my stomach just, it was like someone punched me in the stomach. I was like, oh
no,
this is gonna be very bad. I don't speak the language. I don't know where I'm going. I don't recognize. I know I'm gonna have to go. So we're walking. I see like it looked like a museum. So like I told Naomi, I was like, I have to go now. So I'm running, but like I do this thing where I hold my belt away from my stomach because relieving the
I do
pressure.
that.
You know,
You gotta loosen that, make it on the valve.
give me a pound on
I've done that.
Yeah.
I know that trick.
Yeah. So I see this museum and I run in, and they don't speak much English, but I walk in and I'm just like looking, and the guy he's trying to ask me if he could help me, and I'm like, I need to use the bathroom, which apparently I didn't know. They don't use the term bathroom there. I didn't know that. And he didn't know, and I'm trying to explain to him, and I feel like, all right, this is going to be coming soon. Like I have to
Get the fuck out of my way.
Exactly. So finally, he's talking to me. I go right past him. I'm like, I can't wait. I can't ask.
Yeah.
And I start walking. Then it's like, I go through this doorway, and there's 2 security guards that are there.
Uh-huh.
And they like kind of put their arms out, and they won't let me pass. I'm trying to explain I have to use the bathroom, but they wouldn't let me go. So I'm like, fuck. So I just run out of there, and Naomi's waiting outside, and she's like, did you go? I'm like, no, I did not go. We have to find something. Shit. And then we start walking down a block, and I see something in the distance, and I wasn't sure if it was like a mirage, like in a Bugs Bunny fucking cartoon. I saw something in the distance that was a building that was on a block of a park, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be a public bathroom. So again, I've never been to Europe before, so I start walking over. There's a little line. There's like 2 people ahead of me. And I know you guys have touched on this on one of the other podcasts or something, but I got over to it, and it was a public bathroom. So I'm like, awesome, this is great. So I wait online. There's 2 or 3 ladies ahead of me. They go. The moment they come out, I wasn't noticing what was happening as they were coming out, but people were coming out, and it was one of those self-cleaning which I had never even heard of before.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting. The lady comes out, the door closes. I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta go. The door opens, and as the door opens, kind of like Indiana Jones when he slides under that thing, I just like slide through the door as it's opening, like because I had to go immediately. And the door closes behind me, and I sit down. It was awful. It may have been. Yeah, exactly. It may have been one of the worst ones I've ever taken. So all right, so
Some French food got you.
exactly. I don't even remember what I. Oh, we stopped. I ate like French fries, which is not even like French. Whatever. Anyway,
Pommes frites.
yeah.
Pommes frites.
So all right. So Naomi's sitting on a bench outside, and I go and I'm sitting on the toilet. Now I'm going. There were people behind me, but I'm like, they gotta wait till I'm done. Now I know nothing about these bathrooms, so I'm sitting there and I don't know how to flush. And I'm gonna try to explain it so the listeners could understand, but it's easier visually to explain it. But so I'm sitting there, and next to me is a button, and I'm like, that's the flushing button.
It's gotta be.
Right, there's no other buttons here. There was nothing on the toilet behind me. I checked. So I pressed the button. The fucking door starts opening. Now, the door is opening. All right, I'm sorry. The door is opening. The door is opening
In the back?
Is to my left.
Okay.
Right next to me, but the door's opening away from me. So I didn't know what to do. So I grabbed the door, and I grab it with one hand, and it's like a mechanical door. I can't stop it.
Yeah.
So I grab it with the other hand, and now it's pulling me off the toilet. And everybody on the line can see me. So I immediately didn't know what to do. I just sat back down because I don't want them seeing me fucking naked and stuff. So I just sit back. I sit down, and I'm sitting there now. That people just looking at me. I'm sitting on a toilet, and
what's up?
Hey.
I didn't need one of those things.
Oh my God.
So I just sat there, and I hadn't even really wiped yet because I was like, I don't want.
You were courtesy flushing.
Right. I like.
Yeah.
All right. Another thing. I know it's funny.
Dave is crying. He's
sorry,
laughing
it's
so hard.
No, it's hilarious. Going back, it's hilarious. Then it was not funny,
Yeah,
but
I'm sure.
so like someone taught me later in life. I'm still involved in the story, but someone taught me later in life that you build, and you brought this up on a podcast, that you build a little poo raft nest, right? Yeah. And it catches everything.
The splash guard.
Right, splash guard, right. So I did that for the first time that I flushed. No, then I flushed, whatever it was, whatever I ended up doing. Yeah, I flushed, I think, and then I pressed the button, and that's when the door started opening. So now I'm sitting there, and I'm like, now I got to wipe, but everyone's looking at me, so I didn't know what to do. So
This is like a horror movie.
it was. It was like Saw, fucking the original, 0. So I didn't know what to do, so I got up against the wall so they couldn't see me, kind of like with my back to the wall, and I'm like reaching, trying to pull the door back, nothing works. Now, people like looking at me, obviously. There are people laughing. And I wasn't like embarrassed. Like, I didn't care they were laughing, but I was just like, this is weird. So, like, I sat back down, and then I'm like, I have to come up with a game plan. So I just like, there was nothing else I could do. So I just like tried to clean myself as much as I could, but there wasn't really a lot of toilet paper.
Oh,
so
my God.
I got a couple of wipes in.
Oh.
And so everyone's looking. I just pulled my pants up. I still had shit on me.
Oh, God.
And I walk out of the bathroom. And everyone was waiting for me to walk away, and I just went right back to the front of the line.
Oh, as you should. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
So the door closes, and I realized, I'm like, oh, it's cleaning. This is like a self-cleaning bathroom.
Well,
so
it answers that question from the Cheeky episode. We were talking about the self-cleaning bathrooms.
It takes forever. But
Yeah.
when you have to go, it's like an eternity.
no, it's even longer when you have shit on yourself and you're waiting for it.
Oh yeah.
So I just like waited
This is
in the
why I
front of the
have
line.
baby wipes on me at all times.
Well, I have that thing. Well, yeah, right. I
I'm
got
just
you.
saying.
Yeah, no, I got you.
This is like literally my nightmare, and
Yeah.
so I always want to be prepared.
I don't
like
blame
if
you.
I have the smallest bag on me, it's like wallet and baby wipes, and that's it is
Right.
in there. Like I never forget the wipes.
Yeah, so I stood there on the line. It self-started. It cleaned. And then the door opened. The lady went to go walk in front of me. I put my arm right in front of her. I said, I ain't done.
Round 2, motherfucker.
Exactly. And
In America, we have these things called courtesy flushes.
Exactly. But there was like toilet paper scraps. There was nothing really there. And there was no paper towels or anything, because everything was like
Wet.
like a like mechanical stuff. So like yeah. So, but that was awful. But then we left, and then we said, did you go? And I'm like, yeah, I went. And I told her the story. She thought it was hilarious, of course. So now we go to the airport, and I was just like, I just need a fucking shower. But I had no time to go anywhere and shower.
Yeah.
So I had to get on a 12-hour flight.
Oh my God.
From there to Abu Dhabi. Because that was our next layover.
Oh shit.
And when I went I also threw away my underwear as well.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
I
do
did
that.
Yeah.
Right. So
Throwing away underwear is totally acceptable.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucking necessary.
Or as Monkey has used it as toilet paper.
Yes, yes, exactly. So we went to Abu Dhabi and I just like cleaned up the best I could and whatever. And then when we got to South Africa, I was like, I just need a shower and change. And as soon as we got there, we got off the airport and they lost our luggage.
Oh
And
no.
I had no clothes.
Oh.
And we had like a tour guide guy who took us all around South Africa, and he took us to the mall at like 6:57. They closed at 7.
Wow.
And I got underwear and clothes.
Oh.
And did they find your luggage
They did
eventually?
like 3 days later.
3 days?
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah,
Bitch.
yeah. So that was
Sorry.
by all means, that's where you're here for. So yeah, that was probably the worst one. I've had other times, like I had a time where I was when me and Naomi had one of our first apartments, we didn't have an air conditioner in our bedroom. We had one in the living room, so we slept on a futon. And there was one night where we were sleeping and I just woke up mid shit. I just woke up and clenched and
You were
just get
pooing
that-
in your sleep.
Yeah, and no, I used to just sleep. I would just sleep in whatever. If I had clothes on, I had clothes on. If I didn't, I didn't. And I just went and I woke up and I just stood up and I just started running. And Naomi's like, "What happened? What happened?" I'm like, "Don't move," because it was dark. And I'm like, "I don't want her." in
Oh
it.
yeah.
So I got up and just like ran, and then once I was done doing it, they came back and had to clean up. So that was kind of gross.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, shit happens, man.
Yeah.
That's like-
Literally.
It does
I mean,
happen.
I have to say that France story was the best thing I've heard. That is this. I thought you were going to say was you hit the button and then the self-cleaning thing started. That's what I thought you were going to say.
I needed that. That would have been perfect. That would have been fine with that.
Open it like its own bidet.
I
Yeah.
thought you were going to be like, oh my God, I'm in this huge mess. I hit this button and I got like, just whatever foam and water. And you came out just like a wet dog. That's it.
I would have preferred that.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're
would've.
clean.
Yeah, exactly. It would have cleaned me. But,
Sanitized.
You just got your ass in the air, like, come on, get over here. Holy shit.
I was thinking the other day, because we did the movies episode.
Yeah.
I was like, there's so many great poo scenes in movies that are everybody knows. They're classic.
Right.
And I was like, watch people who are screenplay writers listen to our podcast for stories like
I
what
was
he
thinking-
just told.
I was just thinking that'd be the best like part of a movie or,
Yeah.
or short or something.
Yeah.
I wish I could say I
Remake that.
exaggerated some of it, but I didn't. It all really happened.
I'm just watching like the camera is just setting on this like I don't know if the one you were in, the one I was in was like this kind of like oblong like
Exactly.
yeah, so basically like you're just waiting in line and just the camera's just sitting there and all of a sudden you see this door open and these two hands and like and the confused look at people's faces like what's going on right now, and then you're just sitting there like just on the toilet like
Yeah.
what's up.
Gotta go.
I love that you
I
got
am
back.
not done.
Yeah.
First of all, I love that you got back in that line. That is the best.
Yeah, there was no other place to go. I wasn't going to leave, and I
Yeah.
wasn't going to get to the back of the line. That was not happening at
Yeah,
that
you
point.
Not
didn't
an
want to
option.
shit your
No.
pants
Yeah, not an
any
option.
more than you already had.
Yeah, so that was
These stinky Americans. That was the worst French accent, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My French is terrible, and I know very little. The only thing I do know is for bathroom in France, it's water closet, WC, and so I always know WC, and I just say that to people.
I'll remember
But
that.
next time, just go WC,
You saw your
WC.
phone, you're like, WC. They're like, oh, yeah, right over there.
Yeah, like in Spain and Italy, you can say baño, and they know. But I fucking don't know it in French, but I always say
I was in
WC.
France in October, and I completely forgot all the
What
stuff
you
that
said?
I knew. Like just when you said that, I'm like, that's like my worst nightmare. You're just trying to explain yourself to somebody.
I'm going to shit my pants.
They're just like, I mean, and if I feel
Wait, I do know shit in French. Merde.
yeah,
Oh.
merde.
You could just say merde, merde.
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 They're like, oh, I mean, also, oh, yeah, I mean, it's just like a universal, like, you know, holy shit, this guy's gonna go.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, but great story though.
yeah.
I almost
Like-
missed a flight from diarrhea once.
Oof.
I was partying with a friend of mine the night before, and I was leaving for Europe the next day. And she was like, oh, I'll drive you to the airport. And so we're driving, and I was like, you have to stop. I have to shit really bad. And I had like the alcohol shits and ran
bad.
into a Starbucks and blew it up, but like couldn't leave the Starbucks because I was constantly coming
Yeah.
out of me. Finally get back in her car, go to Newark. It's all the way in New Jersey. And I get to the to check in, and they were like, "No, you're late." And I was like, "What? No." And then after like 15 minutes of me like crying, like I can't miss my flight, they were like, "Okay, you can go." And they gave me literally the worst seat on the plane.
The toilet?
I was just, basically. I would have preferred the toilet.
Yeah.
And I was
keep
like,
us going.
I was like, son of a bitch, I should never party before.
I mean, that's a risk you take. But that story was just, I mean.
Yeah, that was a good
that
one.
was fantastic.
If I have, there were things I wrote down that I just wanted to share with you guys. But
Please.
if you guys need to just reel me in, because I can probably
No.
go on forever.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I wasn't, I didn't mean like
No,
that.
I didn't. take that.
I mean,
just
I was
saying.
just like, that was just so good. Holy,
Yeah.
I mean,
Brilliant.
It was a good one.
Just watch you try to hold on to the door.
I held on for dear life.
Oh,
it pulled me slow motion.
I feel like we need to make that as at least a short to sell as a movie, because that is just so good.
I think animated would be hilarious. If you
Yeah.
did animated. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I
That'd
love
be
it.
hilarious. Guess what, Dave?
You have to pee?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're taking a pause break,
Okay.
people.
Blood break.
I have to at least pee once every episode because
Okay.
I have the bladder of a 90-year-old who should be wearing Depends.
Gotcha.
It's
We're
terrible.
definitely gonna do a Depends episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're just gonna. I mean, not.
I want to
poop,
do it
but-
when I can start drinking again.
Yeah, that's one you should do.
I want a Depends party so bad where like you just drink and whoever pees their pants first loses.
I would do that.
You eliminated.
You-
Yeah.
High
Perfect.
five!
Definitely,
yeah.
You're
Okay, cool.
invited.
Consider
Awesome.
me there.
Woo,
This is the
woo.
first of the three of us. We're just like,
It'd be a big party of us.
yeah,
three.
but it's like, woo.
Do you have any first memories?
I do have a first memory, which was like I remember.
But a good memory when you were a kid or
I just
something.
remember being a kid and I was home with one of my siblings, and my dad had gotten really angry at us for something we had done. I don't even know what it was, and he was yelling at us, but he was sitting on the couch, and he definitely farted while he was yelling, and we heard it. So we tried to not smile or laugh because we were being like reprimanded,
yeah.
and we tried to hold it as much as we could, and then we started to smell it.
Oh,
So then we started to laugh, and he bless you, he was getting
you.
like angrier and yelling louder, and we just held in as much as we could. And then once he left the room, we started smelling the couch.
Oh,
Because, I don't know, we were
Yeah.
idiots and we were kids. That's like my first memory of farts.
did he
really.
shart?
I didn't ask. I wasn't going to
Oh,
ask at
God.
that point. I was in trouble
hey,
enough.
Dad, did you?
Dad, it smells like you just shit your pants.
Exactly.
Woo!
It didn't sound like that though.
Oh,
And
damn
that's
it.
another thing. Actually, a funny thing is like when it comes to farting, like you almost never hear me fart ever. I mean, if I fart, you'll know I farted, but you won't hear it. You'll smell it. That's just
You're like a ninja.
yeah. I'm kind of like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do. Keith and I have been to this burlesque camp before. You don't learn burlesque. It's just burlesque people who go to camp. And remember when we both pooed near the mess hall, but you or I, one of us pooed on the other person's poo because it wasn't flushing
Yes, I do remember
properly.
that. Which yeah, go ahead. I remember that.
I don't remember who did what, but I remember going in there and pooing, and then it wouldn't flush, and I was like, "Fuck it, I can't do anything about it." And then like later on, I was like talking to you, and you were like, "I pooed on somebody else's poo," and I was like, "Oh my god, that was my poo."
I think it was that way because if it was mine, I think
I would have known.
yeah, you would have known.
You'd have been like, who the fuck's shit in here?
Like, who invited an elephant to camp?
Yeah, right.
But it was like the one year where I
What
could
monster?
not poo in my
Yeah.
own cabin. I kept pooing at the mess hall, and I was like, "What the
The mess
fuck is
hall.
wrong with me?" Literally, it's
You made
messy.
two mess halls.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's a
But
funny?
our poos touched.
They did touch, and that's where we really became real. Was that a dry heave I saw?
No, I was kind of like, oh. I was taking a sip of water at the same
Yeah.
time. I was retching.
Gotcha. So I don't know if you guys have ever done this. I find this funny. I'm not the most unreligious person ever, but I'm not religious at all. I've never really been. My family's Catholic, but I was raised Catholic, but I was never religious. Never really believed in God. But I had this thing as a kid, and I still do it, and I get mad at myself every time. Whenever I have to shit really badly and there's no bathroom, I start praying. And I start making deals. Like, if you let me not shit my pants, I will be better at this, or I will be a
Yeah.
better person.
toilet.
But then
karma.
once I get it out, I get to a toilet. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any of that stuff. I promise.
Poop karma.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're Catholic or you were raised,
I was raised Catholic. But
I mean, my mom's Catholic, so that Catholic, I mean,
runs deep.
Yeah, we can't take that away.
No, I guess so.
My dad refused for us to be Catholic. We were Episcopal, and but that Catholic guilt gets passed on.
Yeah. Well, it's passed on, I guess.
I'm lucky.
I
My parents, I wasn't raised religious at all.
Oh, well, good
it
for
was
you.
kind of, I mean, you know.
So you don't pray, you just shit yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, well, this is science. Excuse me.
That's great.
There's no faith behind that.
There's things I'm running off my head. So,
no, that's okay.
And I worked with a guy. I used to work with a guy who, used to work all day, and you would never hear him fart or smell him fart. But then, like, as the day went on, if you went to the bathroom when he was in the bathroom, when he got to the urinal, he would unleash
all the farts.
A fury of farts you've never heard before. And every single time I was in there, this is years ago, I was like back at Verizon, but every single time this happened, I would be sitting there and I'm like, I've farted just like that before. And every time I've shit my pants. He has to be shitting his pants daily. I mean, because it was disgusting. And
that sounds.
He did it daily, several times a day. And then another weird thing,
it's impressive that he can hold the farts in like that,
yeah,
just for it in the bathroom.
And it came out like a barrage.
Did it sound like this?
Ooh, very wet.
No, it was wet, but it was like more of like a dong, like a.
Oh shit! I don't think I have that. Or maybe.
Ooh,
that but wetter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay. Well, that's
look,
good.
I gotta label these more.
Brothers?
I do have that one. Was it like this?
Yes, but with pauses sometimes.
Oh, like little.
But like that, yes, like that.
That little part at the end, right there.
over and
that
over
little
again.
wet mess at the end, right there.
That was Step Brothers. That's
Was
like
it? Really?
the best fart in a movie ever.
That's the bar. That's the creme de la creme of farts.
Yeah.
And John C. Reilly's face, brilliant. I mean, he should have won an award for that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We should give him an award.
I know. One day when our podcast is big enough, we'll be doing the poo and farts awards.
Yeah. Well, I had some questions for you guys as well.
Ooh.
Oh,
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
turn that table around.
So, do you guys like? I remember being younger, and this only happened a couple times. But you go to a friend's house or something, and they have, because there are obviously different types of toilet seats. You ever sit on the soft ones?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
My
yeah.
grandma had
My grandmother
that.
had one
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
older people
My
tend to have it,
grandmother-
and I like those.
I think my grandmother still has it, but those suck because if you're on it for a while or anything like over a certain amount of time, your butt starts to get like kind of sweaty. The
Yeah.
cheeks.
That's true.
Because it's like plastic.
Yeah, it's just like this kind of weird. But I do like the comfort. Like
Me too. I love the
it's
comfort
plush.
factor. Yes, definitely. But a lot of people, I don't even really see them anymore. But I think I prefer hard on a regular basis. But it's nice every time to sit down on a little cushiony.
I have a wooden toilet seat.
I know I've shit on yours.
Oh, you have?
I think I had, unless it's new.
No.
No.
If you've shit in Brooklyn, yeah.
Yeah.
And I, for some reason, psychologically feel like the wood is warmer than the porcelain or whatever the white would be. And I know they probably have the same temperature, but I'm like, I like pooing on something more organic.
we had wood for a long time, and then it just finally one day it just broke.
Porcelain's
And,
probably the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was
Yeah.
It just seems colder.
Yeah, it is. It's just like,
Yeah.
and there's nothing worse than sitting on a cold toilet seat. Sometimes I get work and my job now, the air conditioner is constantly running in the bathroom all year round. And sometimes it's like, I don't do any of the hovering stuff. I just sit. And sometimes I'm just like, I'd rather be stabbed than like sit on this seat. It's so fucking cold. It's so bad.
Yeah, that's pretty
Like
bad.
shitting in a freezer.
I mean, there's nothing worse than actually no. There's something worse than that.
What's that?
That's happened to me once. I've got. I don't know when this happened, but for whatever reason, I get up and like when I get up in the night, if I have to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
I'm like a cat. I just don't even. There's no lights on. I just like my eyes are still closed. I just know where to go. I go into the bathroom, sit down, and then I didn't realize the seat was both like were both up. So I just sat on the raw fucking toilet, and that extra little like whatever half inch or whatever that drop felt like I was falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
And then when you can't stop it, and I sat down, and I'm like, holy shit. I have
Welcome.
all kinds of residue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even
And
know.
it's thinner, so your ass
Yeah.
doesn't feel supported.
It was a nightmare. I did my business and took a shower because I'm like, this is.
Welcome to being a woman,
Yeah, no,
because
that-
you guys leave that toilet seat up all the time. I'm not
I
saying
do
you.
not. I know, but
Just
men.
think
Men are bad.
People with penises who pee
Yeah.
standing up, they will leave it. Gerald, I always try to put the lid down too, because we usually keep the bathroom door closed, but we have a dog, and I do not like dogs drinking toilet
Yeah,
water.
of
I
course.
think that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Because the dog then licks our faces.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's just so. I went and love going to the bathroom with no lights on. I kind of want to.
Me too.
Nice
I-
ambiance.
Relaxing.
Yeah, I think it's like
Yes.
I want to have a moment to myself, and I don't want to see what's happening.
Right.
And so I go into the bathroom, no lights on, and I go to sit down, and I pull up what I think is the lid, and it ended up being the toilet seat, and I sat down
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
It's the and
It's a
I
nightmare.
came out and I yelled at Gerald. I was like, "What the fuck is your problem?" And he's like, "What? The seat was down." And I was like, "But I pulled it up." He's like, "Why would you do that?" And I was like, "Because
Oh
I
my
thought it was
God.
the lid." And I was,
We always keep the lid down.
yeah,
I do too because I have a dog.
I have well, we have cats, but not. I mean, not that I thought the cats would ever drink out of that, but they had the same kind of thing with
Yeah.
your dog too as well. I was like, I don't
No,
want.
but I think it's
you
also
in
like
there.
when you flush do.
Oh, all that shit goes up.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the,
Yeah,
the
the
air
spray.
particles. Yeah.
sure.
So like, yeah, people put the lid down.
I always put the lid down at home because the dog, and when I'm at someone else's house, I always put it down. I always put it down in general because, like, if I go to someone's house and I have to pee, it's weird, but I pee sitting down
Oh.
because I don't want to have to clean up after myself nor clean up after the people that all went before me.
Yeah.
Right,
So I'll
right.
just sit and go.
Well,
That's
smart.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's consider it.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know why. I mean, I get it if you're at a urinal, but if I was a guy, I would always sit down to pee. Because what if you got that like mid-afternoon poo?
That never happens
Yeah,
for guys.
that's never happened for me. I've never had like in the middle of taking a piss. I gotta take a shit.
That never happens. I'm like,
That's
I gotta
never-
shit, and then
Yeah.
maybe
No, but
I'll
I
pee
feel
while I
like
shit. But
I feel like that's because you're standing up peeing.
maybe.
Like if you had the option to sit,
Yeah, I don't know. Just
because it
seems-
happens to me all the time. Like I think I'm just peeing, and I end up.
That happens with Tiny a lot.
That happens.
Yeah.
I think it
She
happens with
starts
a
peeing,
lot of women.
and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to the bathroom." I'm like, "How do you not know?"
It's weird.
Like, I mean, sensation. She's like, "I'm just relaxed," and it just kind of comes out.
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right, fair enough."
Keith, are there any products that you like to use?
Pooperies, really, I've used that. I think you may have gotten it for me.
Oh,
I don't know.
maybe.
Someone
Ellen's
did.
the best gift giver.
Yeah, well, that yeah, for sure. Excuse me.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, that I do not like baby wipes. I hate baby wipes.
Even the shittens?
I did get you shittens. I did get you shittens at one point. But
I have them right here.
yeah, that was a while ago. I gave them to you. That's great.
Do they
I
still
love my
make those?
shittens.
I don't know if they still make
That's
them. but-
what's his face, Richie something or other from
From Howard
Howard
Stern.
TV.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of the shittens
Yeah,
and post
post
it, but
Yeah.
they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're great because you use them and then you could
Yep.
go inside out with them and use them still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a latex glove and a baby wipe made a baby.
Like a,
Yeah.
also like an oven mitt. As
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So so that's really I don't use baby wipes at all. I just use toilet paper. Toilet paper. I'm trying to think of something else.
Do you do squatty potty?
We do it. We don't have. All right, this is the thing. I bought a bunch of friends squatty potties because I feel like everyone should have one, but we don't actually own one. I have my parents bought me a stool when I was 8, and I still have it, and that's our squatty potty.
Oh, cool.
So we use that instead. But
I have to get
yeah,
one.
I just use regular paper for the most part, and I only use like poopery if there's people over.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get the light up squatty potty because, like, as I just said,
Like
I
a
like to
rave
poo
while
in
you
the
shit?
dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want like a disco when you're taking
Yeah.
the shit?
Yes. I mean, talk about ambiance,
Yeah.
right?
Excuse me.
I had okay.
I was going to ask you, do you have you used the bidet before? Or
Well, that's
have you,
what I was getting to actually.
Oh, okay.
Is I never used the bidet, and I know you have the tushy.
It's the best. We both have it.
Yeah. Well, like I'm afraid to use it. Like I think I have like PSD from like the times that like maybe you experienced this, but like if you take a crap and the crap hits the water and it shoots back up right into the hole it came out of.
Yes.
That is fucking a
Ass water.
bad feeling. And if it feels like that, I want no fucking part
No,
of
it doesn't.
It doesn't feel. It feels like.
It feels like a water pistol.
It feels like someone's like, you know when you see these guys out like power washing the streets.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like, imagine that, but just getting all the remnants.
or like that gun at the carnival
Yes.
that you shoot into the clown's
Exactly.
mouth.
Well, that's funny. I guess, I mean, I think I'll try at some point because Naomi wants to get a tushy, and I'm not opposed to getting it. I just don't know if I'm going to use it.
Well, if you don't poo at home, I mean,
Well, that
Yeah.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I at one point I will, and I'll have to
I
decide
mean,
what I'm
you
gonna try.
wind up using less toilet paper because you're just getting out most of the.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's a quick squirt. It's not like you're soaking in it.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
mean, sometimes I kind of ride it out. I'm just gonna like you know, depending how bad the it's like a DJ scratching. Like,
I was just thinking the same thing.
Well, I'll like try it out, and if it squirts in the wrong area, then I have to like readjust and everything. But when it squirts up into my asshole, it's the best sensation in the world.
Okay,
It feels like this stuff's coming. It's just getting. I'm like, yeah, it's getting. Get up in there.
Yeah, it's like how Howard talks about his, but
Right.
he has the fancy Toto,
Yeah.
and that he really likes it squirting right up in there, so
Yeah.
it can really like, you know,
I got you.
like
Yeah.
a
It's-
water pick
I'm
for
telling you,
your
man.
mouth.
Like it's been. It really has been a change. I say that all the time, but it's a game changer.
yeah.
And then you wind up using less TP.
Every friend of
Yeah.
ours from the podcast who's bought one, they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe
All
I
right,
lived
so-
without this."
It literally takes 10 minutes. I think it took me 15
We might
minutes.
have a promo code for Tushy soon, so if
sounds
you
good.
can wait,
Yeah. You get
just a
yourself
heads up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to try it. I know when I go, like, I really clean myself. I make sure I leave nothing behind for
But
the
it
most
sounds
part.
like you're a dry wiper.
I am dry wiping.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's, I guess you can only get so clean, but if as clean as you can get with paper, I get that way because I wipe and I make sure I get in there. But,
Yeah.
And this was actually a question I had for you guys was I'm not trying, I don't want to be offensive or anything, but I just want to,
Okay.
I'm just saying, and
Just say it. It's a safe place.
Okay, I've had this question. I've thought about this like my whole life, and I never really asked anyone. I actually, the questions I wrote down, I asked because I'm like, you guys are like the closest thing we have to poo experts for me. So I was like,
One day.
yeah,
I mean,
After we get the 10,000 hours in.
Yeah, right.
yeah. But I was thinking to myself, like, you know, when I go to the bathroom, I go and I wipe. I make sure I'm clean and I leave. But like, how do blind people know they're done wiping? Do they like?
That's a great question.
Do they smell the paper?
I mean,
do they touch it? Do they
Oh.
just know, or they wipe to the chafed? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I don't look like, you know, it's almost like, I mean, maybe it's because of the tushy. It's more like a feeling.
oh, I always look.
I mean,
yeah,
if I get up and I look back before I flush, I'm like, okay, I'm not done.
yeah.
But I mean, I do look, but am I,
You have to sheet peep.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's just one of those things. I think if you're blind, I imagine it's just more like, you know, maybe you have that extra sense is enhanced back there.
Well, I'm also
I mean,
curious
not to be.
about.
No, I mean, seriously, you'd have to just kind of go by feel.
I guess.
I'm
you
also
know?
curious about people who don't have arms, how they wipe.
Oh,
Because, you know, Julie
Christ.
Atlas Muse, her husband, Matt Frazier, has
Yeah,
the
right,
little
yes,
arms.
yes, yeah.
And supposedly they did a play, it was like loosely based on Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
and,
it was amazing. By
yeah.
the way. It was
And then
great.
there was like a scene in it where he shows how he wipes his butt.
I don't remember.
wow.
I saw that there was a shower scene here. I was like, I remember him. He was doing a shower thing. I don't remember the butt part.
Oh, somebody told me, and I was like, that
that probably
would
did
sell
happen.
me on the play right then and there. Like,
I mean, there's probably
just
like all
that.
kinds of like, you just grab like a, you know, some kind of device maybe.
Yeah, like
you know?
the communal sponge on a stick.
I mean, it's but it's not
Funny you brought that up. That's funny you brought that
But
up.
it's, yeah, but it's his own or in their own or whatever.
Yeah. When you guys had the episode and talked about the way people wipe their butt beforehand, I left
Before toilet paper.
right before toilet paper. Yeah, I don't know what I just said, but yeah, I listened to that episode, and after I listened to that episode, I went to supermarket, and as soon as I walked in was corn, and I was like, and I texted Ellen and I said, I'm gonna try corn,
Oh my god.
like a cob.
Did you
But
try it?
No, I didn't.
No.
I couldn't actually do it.
No, you can't do it because you like your
That just
butthole
sounds
way
like, yeah.
too
Yeah.
much.
That
I
just
know.
sounds gnarly, man. I'm like, that's wild shit right there.
Yeah. So that the blind thing was a question I had for you guys. So I'm glad you guys.
I mean, I'm not blind,
but yeah.
but I mean, I would suspect that it would probably be some kind of like feel type of thing.
We need like blind
It's a good
people
question, though.
and people with
Yeah.
no
I'm always
arms and
curious about that kind
stuff.
of stuff.
Yeah.
We need them as
Yeah.
guests.
I would like to know what the.
I would
you know,
like to know.
Yeah. And
Or please email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, let us know.
because
Or
I
is
want
it
to know.
heypoopy@gmail podcast, right?
It's heypoopypodcast
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
I don't know my own email
I
address.
mean, I don't know. I could be wrong too. But let's go with heypoopypodcast.com. Or sorry,
Gmail.
at gmail.com. Jesus Christ.
Please email us if you know these things.
yeah.
We want to know. Inquiring poo minds want to know.
And I have another question as well.
Okay,
if
yeah.
that's
I like these questions.
okay. Well,
These are good questions.
Thank you. All right, so this is I like to ask people this randomly, like friends of mine. I don't know if I ever asked you this, but all right, so I'll ask. Say you guys go out, you're out with your significant other, whoever it is, and you go out and you guys get really drunk or whatever, and you come home, and on the way home, your spouse or your significant other just totally shits themselves. Are you confident you'd be able to clean them?
Yes, I would do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it. I mean, like, we're talking like this person just shits themselves. They're completely passed out.
Yeah, they can't do nothing.
They're completely incapacitated. Like,
Right, do you just lay them in the bathtub and then you'll worry about it later when they wake up, or do you go put them in the bathroom and take their clothes off?
I would clean. I would clean her up.
Okay.
I would clean my boyfriend up. However, the words that would come out of my mouth during this whole process,
I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah, I'd be like, "You are you have to go into rehab. We have a serious problem right now."
No, we both drunk because I don't know how well that's going to happen if I'm doing the cleaning.
God.
If I'm that shit.
If I'm sober and that happened,
I
would kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I would probably shove his dirty clothes into his face.
I don't know.
And still clean him up.
I probably would.
And
I'd be
videotape
upset.
the whole thing and put it on social media.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm not going that far.
Gerald, run.
I would be. Yeah.
I
Gerald,
would shame the
do
fuck
not
out of him.
get that joke.
Only if I was sober. If I was also wasted, I'd probably laugh and be like,
Yeah.
"You're disgusting. You're going to rehab."
I mean, I would be like, I would not be having fun.
Yeah.
But I would do it. You know, I would help her out. I mean, I'd like to think she'd do the same for me. She probably would.
I shaved Gerald's butt when he was getting his back piece done, because his back piece was from his shoulders to the back of his knees, so his ass was. And he was like, "Can you help me shave my butt, because I don't want the tattoo artist doing it. They'll do it with a dry razor."
Ugh.
And he was like, "Can you get in there?" And at first he wanted me to wax, and I was like, "You've never been waxed before.
Yeah.
This is not going to be comfortable."
It's the most painful thing.
Yes.
I've had that
And so
done.
I tried
It's
it, and he was like,
horrible.
"Fuck this!" And so I spread his cheeks open and totally shaved
That's
in
love.
there.
Yeah,
So
that's love.
I got in
That's
there.
love, man.
So if I could do that, I could probably clean up his shit.
Yeah, I mean, it would be bad. I mean, and I would put like everything in a bag. I'm like, the next day I'd be like, "This is all on you."
Yeah.
I go, I'm not doing shit for the next couple days. So I've literally done the shit. I cleaned the shit up.
Yeah.
I also feel like I have no, again, I don't know, this never happened, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like if you're a woman changing a man, or a man changing a man, whoever your significant other is or whatever, I feel like it's got to be worse if it's a woman, because it could seep forward.
Yeah.
And then you got to,
I don't even think about that.
Yeah.
yeah, I put thought into this apparently.
Well, no, I would just, you know what I would just do is first thing I would probably do is just lay her down in the tub and then just turn the shower
like
on.
Dexter, you put all like the
Oh
plastic
yeah,
down.
I have rubber gloves on and all that shit. I would just turn the shower on.
And then cut their clothes off.
Yeah, cut the clothes. I have like those medical shears. I would cut the clothes off.
Medical shears.
Because I'm not trying to cut all that off.
Just better not be your favorite clothing,
Turn
because
the
it's gone.
Yeah, turn the shower on. Get that shit and then just throw some soap on her first.
Yeah.
And get most of the area kind of like a little bit, and then I go in for a deep clean.
Yeah, we always have latex gloves at my house because my boyfriend's a tattoo artist. So, and we do it for like cooking and everything. I would slap on latex gloves and then shittens on top of the latex gloves. Maybe goggles.
We have latex gloves. We also have the old school like kitchen like
the yellow ones.
Gauntlets.
Yeah.
I put that shit on, and I have like my little woodworking kit. I have a little face mask thing.
Put that on.
I'd put that on, and let's go. Okay, we could do this.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But that'd be my plan, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I have to prep a little bit before I start getting in there.
Well, I was telling Dave that real true love is doing the other person's laundry. Love is not romance. Love is doing things for other people. So if you truly love your significant other and they shit themselves and they're passed out, of course you have to clean them up. Yeah. If you don't clean them up, then you need to get divorced, break up.
No, I disagree there, actually. I mean, I would definitely do it in a second. I know I could do it. I'm not like totally grossed out by poo anyway. Like, I don't enjoy it or anything like that.
And you've had a kid, so you've changed diapers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You've been there.
Yeah, but and I could change my wife if I needed to, but I don't know. Some people are really grossed out by certain things. Like some people are grossed out by vomit or poo.
I'm the same way, but I think that if someone I'm with, like my wife, I would. Yes, she's in a bad situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, I'm gonna be pissed, but I'll just do it. I mean, I would not do it.
Yeah.
Like,
I do it for my pets. I have to stick my finger in my dog's asshole to express her anal glands.
You got deep.
Yeah, I mean, like I've gone there. Do I enjoy sodomizing my dog?
Yeah, no.
It is the worst smell you've ever smelled in your life. It's like rotten fish and rotten cheese.
Oh, Christ.
It's evil. But if I don't do it with latex gloves on, but if I don't do it, then she squirts that stuff all over our house.
No.
And she's ruined a couch.
Yeah.
A couch.
Yeah.
oh God, no.
Yeah.
And that smell does not come out.
No, it's
it's just like embedded from.
We literally are on our third couch in 8 years because of this dog.
Yeah.
The first couch was fabric she ruined. The second couch we got a pleather cover, but the pleather cover like disintegrated because that's what pleather does.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now we're on our third pleather couch.
You have to go old school and get like a grandma like plastic over there.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I debated, but God bless IKEA for having pleather.
It's funny you said that. Growing up, if you had to shit anywhere, the safest place was my couch because we had that plastic cover on from the moment we had the couch to the moment we got rid of it. When we got rid of the couch, it was brand fucking new.
Yeah.
Wow.
That plastic was on for like 25 years.
I used to make fun of my grandmother about that, and I'm like, but when you took that plastic cover, I feel like this looks like you just bought it.
Yeah, but then you're not using it. It's
Right.
like
But
having a living room you never go into.
I would sit in that thing on the plastic. I mean, it was the worst in the summer.
Oh yeah.
Because you're just like,
Yeah. In shorts or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, it was her house, so what the fuck am I
Right.
gonna
No,
say?
I mean, yes. Let your grandma do what your grandma's got to do, but do. But yeah, no. I mean, it's like having rooms in your house that you don't even go into.
Yeah.
I just feel like what's the point?
As far as public bathrooms, I know it's a segue. My mind, it was stuck in my mind. Sorry.
It's okay.
I was just thinking like the worst public bathrooms that you guys have ever been in. Can you think of? Because I know mine for sure.
I know mine. Well, it's a tie, but I would say the worst experience I had was at CBGB's before they closed.
I've never been.
Yeah, I was at a show with a friend. The guy at the door was like, "Okay, there's no reentry," which they normally do. It was weird. Like he's like, "No reentry." I'm like, "What?" I didn't think anything of it at the time, but I'm like, "Oh, whatever." There was like 3 bands before the band we were supposed to see, so it was a long night. I was super excited. And I've told us a story. I think did I tell a story?
No,
I
you've
didn't?
never told
I've
it
never
on the
told us
pod.
on the
You've
pod?
told
Really?
me.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I told us on
No,
on
this
here. Okay.
is literally one of the stories that we became friends over.
Oh, okay.
You told me this story and your waxing story, and
Oh,
I was
the waxing story,
I was
yeah.
like, you're my new best friend.
Well,
we need to talk.
So anyway, I'm at CBGB's, and we found this amazing spot, so we could see everything. It was the best spot I've ever got when I'd see bands. There was like this perfect like little location. Anyhow, maybe like after like half an hour, my stomach starts rumbling a little bit, and I'm kind of like
Bubble.
I'll get through that. So I got to the second band. Now it's like getting like it's bad.
Yeah.
And my friend's like, "What's going on?" Because I'm not really paying attention. And he's like, "I'm like, I think I gotta take a shit." He's like, "Let's go downstairs." I'm like, and if you've ever been to the bathrooms at CBGB's, they are horrendous. Like the men's bathroom has no door. I'll get to it in a second. But basically, he's like, "Just go down there. You'll feel so much better." And I'm like, "I don't know if I could do that." So third band comes on. Now, if you go to see bands play, like each band plays a little bit longer than the last. So now it's like, it's going to be like a 45-minute set. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I just went downstairs. I go down there, and there's 2 guys in the bathroom. The bathroom looks like a dungeon. You walk down the stairs, you go down there, and there's no door, first of all. Is this a wide open space?
I've been there before.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
there. I've been to that situation at that place.
So there's urinals on the left hand. You walk in on the left hand side. There's like 2 or 3. I mean, I can't remember. Like 3 or 4 urinals, and then off to the right, there's like you walk up 2 little steps, and there's a toilet sitting there, and the toilet has no water in it. It has.
It's like the German poo shelf.
I think it had ice in it,
Yeah.
Ice.
Yeah, there was
Yeah, I've
ice.
seen that before.
I've seen a lot
that,
of clubs. I've been in a lot of punk rock clubs with this ice in the toilet.
Yeah.
Or in the urinals, but
Yeah.
there's this
A
ice in
urinal's
there.
like, yeah, because
Yeah.
you can pee
Yeah.
and the ice will, but in a where
Yeah.
you're shitting.
It wasn't sticking. It wasn't necessarily sticking out of the
Yeah.
toilet. It
No,
was like
yeah.
it was like this kind of like a little melty, and so there. And there was no lid. Like there was zero lid. It was like
No
just
seat.
There's no seat. Sorry, it was like no
Yeah.
lid, no seat. It was just the toilet.
Yeah.
And I looked at it. I just walked back out, went back upstairs, and the band's still playing that. Like, and my friend's like, "How'd it go?" I'm like, "It didn't." He's like, "What happened?" I told him the whole thing about the toilet. He's like, "Who gives a fuck, man? No one's. You're never gonna see these guys. Like, who gives a shit?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
It's like you walk in and it's like, "Hey, what's up? Just taking a shit out in
Yeah.
public right here."
Yeah.
And
You might as well go right on the
I
floor.
mean, I didn't even
Yeah.
look to see if there was even toilet paper even in
Yeah.
there. So now it's like the band I want to see is they're just getting ready to start, and I'm like losing my mind.
I can imagine.
It's just like, and I'm like, this is going to be at least an hour. So I just said, fuck it. Ran back downstairs, went to the men's bathroom, and I just looked around. And I'm like, I can't fucking do this. So I'm like, shit. There's a women's bathroom right next door. So I just went in there and knocked on the door. No one's. I'm like, open up. I'm like, hello, hello. I run inside, and there's like all stalls. It's great. It's like 6 stalls.
Like heaven.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
found heaven.
and it's all jacked up in there. There's like graffiti. It's fucking a mess down there, but way better than my other option.
Mm-hmm.
So I pick like the first stall. I just kick it open like a fucking gunslinger. I didn't even like touch the door, and I ripped the toilet was a mess.
Yeah.
and I ripped the
Toilet seat
the
cover
dust.
thing?
No, I ripped the industrial TP thing off the roll. I put my foot up against the one side of the
Yeah.
stall. And I just pulled it off and it broke off.
Yeah.
And I took that whole thing, went to the next stall, and wrapped that toilet like a mummy. It looked like
Mummy shit.
Yeah, it looked like. I mean, the whole toilet. I used the entire. Those industrial rolls are
Yeah,
really
they're-
thick.
they're very big,
I
yeah.
used the entire thing to wrap the entire toilet.
That poor
like-
janitor.
Oh, I felt. I mean,
Whoever it was.
I felt like a dick, but I'm like, I go, this is bullshit. I don't care. I was totally just being like, it's me. I'm like me.
I don't blame you.
It's about me. So I was like, fuck that. So I took the best shit. It was like comfortable. I didn't feel like I was like, and then went back upstairs, enjoyed the rest of the show, and had a great night.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny.
But that was like the other second bathroom. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but Mars Bar. There's an old dive bar
Ooh, I remember.
in New York City.
I think
They had a sign that said daycare for drunks.
Yes,
like
it was-
that's how bad
Yeah.
that place was.
It was like one of my favorite bars.
Yeah.
Mars Bar and CBGB's were very similar in
Yes.
their decor.
Yeah, they did not give a shit. Like, and the bathroom at Mars Bar, you can see through the door frame. So if someone's in there, you can kind of look, kind of peek in.
Air what they're doing.
I mean, it was bad, but anyway, yeah, that was my the worst public bathroom anyway.
Alan, you?
I would just say any Turkish toilet. They are literally my enemy.
Really?
I know I've had to shit in a Turkish toilet in Europe, and I'm just like, fuck this. Like, I get that there is a large population of the planet that squats when they poo.
Yeah.
Does not work. Does not work.
Yeah, I've never done that.
It's
ever.
the worst.
I've never swatted.
It's tricky.
I mean, like any porta potty in any park in New York is also disgusting, and I've had to go.
Yeah.
Also, the worst, and I can't remember the exact place, but like I remember like pooing in bathrooms, and you sit down on the toilet, and it almost feels like it's off the hinges,
It's a
and you're
slip and
like,
slide.
"Am
Yeah.
I gonna fucking break this thing?"
I hate that feeling.
It's the
You're just like,
worst.
it's so unsettling.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna shit and break this
Yeah.
toilet."
I've been there as well. I think wait, did I interrupt you? I'm
No,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
I think
I'm done.
my worst public bathroom, I guess, places to go to the bathroom is the old Yankee Stadium was fucking disgusting.
Oh
I can only
yeah.
imagine.
There were times there were no doors on the stalls.
Oh.
There were times they had no seats. And I've went. And when I went to high school as well, I guess they didn't want people just like hanging out doing stuff in the bathroom and stuff. So like we had no doors on our stalls either. And
Are you serious?
Yeah, my first year I was like, fucking, I'm not shitting at school.
Yeah.
And then I was like, at that point I was like, I don't care if I gotta go, I gotta go. And then I learned you could just go to the nurse and say you have a bellyache, and then they'll let you sit there and then you can use their bathroom. Their bathroom had
fancy.
doors and stuff. But yeah,
Doors.
yeah.
You're like, "Shit, you guys got a door in here?" What?
Exactly. But the old Yankee Stadium, Penn Station was and still is fucking disgusting.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's fucking really
Never
bad.
got in there.
Oh, I've been like out on the way home and had to get off the train to just go there. And then the ground zero of all fucking bathrooms is I know you guys had a conversation about public bathrooms and train stations.
Yeah,
and
the
how-
MTA ones.
It was
Oh.
the New York Times article
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
during my dad's episode. People.
I noticed if you have to go exactly if you go to the bathroom if you're like experienced shitter and you got to go in public places, whatever you see train stations that have police officers, there tend to be bathrooms. So 59th Street, there tends to be one. West 4th, I think.
Union Square.
There's a bunch of them. But Broadway Junction doesn't have a police station, but it has a large police presence, and they have a bathroom there, which is by far the worst fucking bathroom you will ever see.
I want to do a tour of these subway
we have to go do
bathrooms
that.
just
That one you
for
should-
the pod.
That one you need to do a tour of. It's between, if you're going to the A train, there's the uptown, downtown, and then right between there's a little section of wall, and there's a bathroom in there. If you go in there, there is, as soon as you walk into the left, there's a sink that doesn't work, a mirror that is scratched, with, like people doing their tags and scratches, and then there's a urinal which has a garbage bag over it every time I've been into it, and then there's a toilet that was the one public place I could think of that I walked in, I said, I just can't. Like, I just fucking cannot.
Like, fuck this.
Sit. I know.
Yeah.
You know, I can't. That place is like the worst.
That sounds like the part in Saw. They wake up with the thing. That just sounds like they're chained to the radiator or something.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. And I know you guys had a conversation previously about porta potties. Random thing. I did a half marathon, and I was by
the running shits.
Yeah, I never actually get those, which is weird. But I did a half marathon, and it was by Prospect Park, and actually it wasn't. No, it actually,
Notoriously bad porta potties,
no,
by
it's
the way.
fine. It wasn't Prospect Park. It was Coney Island, but. I believe you as well, but I was in Coney Island. I did a half marathon, and I went to the urinal after I was done. I mean, not the urinal. I went to the porta potty, and this was the first time I seen a porta potty that has like a urinal section.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that before, but someone shit in it.
Oh,
I've seen that before.
Really?
It's like
Okay.
a fucking animal.
I was like,
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, really?
yeah. I was like,
yeah,
I
because
thought
there's no running water in those urinal
Yeah.
sections. It's literally just like a
People
hole.
are just like,
Yeah.
I think people was kind of like, oh, that's too gross. Then I'm just gonna go here. Fuck it. I mean, that's it's awful. Animals.
yeah.
And the funny
God.
thing is, we went to a Yankees game on
Recently, right?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gerald drank a bunch of beers while we were there, and then he actually had the bubble guts because he on 2 nights before ate a pound and like 5 pounds of meat,
Yeah.
and had really bad like stomach for like 48 hours after that.
That sucks.
Yeah, and so we went to the Yankees game, and then we left early because he was like, "I can't poo here. We got to go home." And I was like, it's like an hour ride.
Good luck.
Right.
Yeah. So we get off at Union Square to transfer, and he's like, "I really got to piss." And I was like, "I hope you don't have to poo and I was like, "Actually, we just did press that there's probably a public bathroom in here."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Do you think there is?" And then we found it, but it's only the women's. The men's had like a under construction sign on it. And I was
I
like,
always
"Just
would've
go
gone.
in the
Yeah, who
women's."
gives a
And he
shit?
was like, "Fuck that, I'm not going to get in trouble." And I was like, it says it's out of order. Like, if you got to go, you got to go.
right.
And he just held it and like came very close to peeing his pants on, but he didn't thankfully.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good for him.
But I was like, weird. I never even paid attention to this subway
God.
bathroom before, and now because of our
Yeah.
podcast, I
Yeah.
knew that there
I
was
mean,
such a thing.
There's one at Hoyt's Skimmerhorn in Brooklyn. I've never tried that
Yeah.
one, but
Well, there's one in Fulton Street in the first stop in Manhattan.
okay.
They got because they just added the new mall and all that
Yeah,
shit there.
that's renovated
Oh, they
that.
got a nice bathroom there.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, there are
Deluxe-
homeless men that hang out in there and stuff.
Oh, I'm
but,
sure.
But they have someone who goes in there periodically and cleans it. So I like that place because I get off there for the train. So if I ever have to, on the way to work or way home, it's emergency, I can just go.
Yeah.
But I did see actually the gross thing, poo related, that I think I may have seen. I saw a lady. I was going to work one day and I was getting off the A train going to work, and I was at Fulton Street, and she's walking up the stairs reading her phone, and it was maybe August in the summertime. She stepped in a large human shit, and she had flip flops on, and it went everywhere, and she started screaming, and everyone started dry heaving, including me. It was
Oh
disgusting.
my god, that is
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but flip-flops in New York City, unless you're at the beach.
Right.
I know New York City is a very big city, but if you're walking around New York City, you do not wear flip-flops, period.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's just gross.
Yeah.
You like literally have to.
No. No.
Yes.
No. Hell no. No.
I love
completely agree.
that. Yeah.
No, but you're like just even the dirt of New York City. Like you, as soon as you have to get home, my boyfriend calls it hippie feet. Like your feet are black. It's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah. I live in Rockaway Beach, and in the summertime I don't wear shoes anywhere. Like
Wow.
if I go food shopping, I don't wear shoes. So I never have shoes on, but I'm always looking. I'm never gonna step in shit.
Yeah.
Guarantee you that.
Oh, I've done the flip flop thing to the bodega here and there,
Yeah.
but like just to like go out and like hang out and run errands and stuff like that. No, I've got shoes on.
I'm sorry, but like maybe this is a let's get shitty moment, but I get embarrassed for women who are like wearing something cute and then they just have flip flops on. I'm like, bitches, get your shoe game together.
I have the same reaction when I see UGG boots.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Also,
Those
I
UGG
agree.
boot wearers
I
out there. I don't want to
agree.
like you know.
I don't know. I agree with UGG boots, flip flops. When you have something nice on, like there's nice sandals. Like get something appropriate.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but men who wear flip flops anywhere but the beach grosses me out. Also,
Yeah.
like if I see a man in New York City walking around with flip flops on, I'm like, you might as well be wearing like white socks with Birkenstocks.
Oh,
like,
totally. You're
I used to wear like the Old Navy ones, but I don't now. I really don't wear footwear when I'm in Rockaway, and when I do leave Rockaway,
I feel like it's a little more acceptable because that's kind of a beach kind of
It
vibe.
is.
And
No,
it's like,
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
some
It's a
parts of New
different-
York
yeah.
City,
Yeah.
you can wear flip flops if you're at the
and that
beach.
boardwalk's kind of nice. It's not
It
like
is.
you're like, you know.
But I did confess a little confession. I was one day out and friends invited me to Coney Island, and I went from Rockaway to Coney Island with no shoes
Are you shitting me?
on the train.
Okay, that's crazy.
I know.
That's Looney Tunes.
But I did do that.
Let's get into Let's Get Shitty.
Yes.
Ellen has some good stuff for us, but before that,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Let's Get Shitty!
one of our favorite segments.
It's a
It
good one.
is. Keith, do you have anything shitty you want to talk about? You can get to, this is
yeah.
a place to vent, complain.
I have something to complain about.
Yeah, do
I
it.
was thinking about this because I was saying I've been having these allergy problems the last couple of days and stuff, and my whole family kind of just suffers from allergies, and it sucks. And what pisses me off is I feel like there's been no medical advances in this field in a very long time. Like there's Allegra and there's like Zyrtec, and that stuff helps and stuff. But I feel like over time your body becomes immune to it.
Totally.
And I have this thing where like if I take anything that has a decongestion in it, it makes me feel like I'm having a heart attack.
Oh yeah.
So
I cut them in half.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. So like, I don't take the decongestions really. I won't take Allegra D, Zyrtec D.
And you need like an ID because they make mess out of those things.
Exactly
I
right.
know, it's so crazy,
Yeah.
right? It's,
I've been like trying recently to try different things. That's why I went to the Tylenol cold.
I have
sinus
something
thing.
for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's because there's like there's the thing that starts with a P. It's one of the drugs that's in some of those things, and they set me off. And then so I feel like I was gonna have a heart attack for like 3 days recently.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, but I was like, I feel so shitty if I don't take it.
Yeah.
I was taking it. So like I do understand that there are more serious issues in the world than allergies, and there are diseases that need to be cured and stuff like that. But someone please put some fucking time in to do something with these allergies, because put some work in, because everyone's fucking suffering, and like it's not like you're gonna make a pill that's gonna cure it. Make a pill that's expensive, and I'll fucking pay for it so I
Yeah.
can feel better.
Yeah.
I mean, also it's like Chris Rock said. It's like there's no money in the cure.
Right,
It's
exactly.
just the comeback is is just keeping it at bay enough where you can live with it.
I actually
And
have
it's-
a friend of
it's-
mine turned me on to this Chinese herb. That is literally the best thing I've ever taken
Okay,
for
I'm
my
down to try it.
The only side effect you have is dry mouth. So you just drink some more water,
Yeah.
which
Oh.
is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yes, here it is. Bai Yan Pian, BI space YAN space PIAN. I would take this, and the bottle will say take more than like
Okay.
one a day. I only took one a day, and
that
I was
helped.
great.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It's on Amazon. There's all different ones. I like the one with the little lady on it. But a friend of mine turned me on to it, and it worked incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. Go check it out.
That and I neti pot, and that really helps. This week I've been doing Benadryl only because I think Benadryl I can take with all my meds.
Yeah.
Right.
But I can't take Claritin. I can't take Allegra. Like that shit.
What I did take was Benadryl. They have Benadryl now plus congestion.
Oh.
And that was really good for a couple days. But then like it's like picking up steam. I felt like more anxious as I was taking it. And then I was like, I need to stop this. And I started Tylenol, sinus, whatever it was, allergy sinus. And then finally,
Neti pot too?
I do, but it was so bad where I couldn't get anything through.
That's the worst.
Yeah, and there's also, I don't know if you noticed with neti pot, there are times I do it and my nose is really sensitive, and it's just like, it's like abort mission. It won't work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've neti potted and then like hours later bend down to like tie my shoe
Same.
and stuff comes out.
Same
and I'm
thing.
like, just water, not snot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where the hell was that? Like,
Oh my God.
It was like in my head.
Yeah. Tiny's really into neti pot. She loves it.
Yeah.
I swear by that and this Chinese herb.
Yeah, I'm going to try that.
Check it out. Yeah.
That's my complaint. What's your guys' complaint? So, you're...
Dave,
every week I'm always like, I feel like I gotta start writing this shit down.
Yeah.
I guess my shitty complaint would probably be, well, today I had to go up to Columbus Circle to pick up a bib for a race I have this weekend.
Good for you.
And it was like, well, for those of you that live in New York City, Columbus Circle is like tour. I feel like it's like tourist heaven. It's like right near Central Park.
For sure.
it's like the third. I feel like it's like Herald Square, Times Square, and Columbus
it's a
Circle.
nightmare.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just like a big hub for train stations over there. So it's just tons of people. But the tourism thing, tourists, I just like, I'm not anti-tourist. I'm not like, knee jerk, like fuck them. But I mean, really, these people have to literally learn how to walk.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of etiquette when you go to visit someone's city. Like the whole idea of stopping in the middle of the sidewalk, I just don't understand that. Just go off to the side like you would in a car. Pull off. You would never just stop your car in the middle of the street to be like, where are we going? Pull over.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, just trying to get around these people with their kids or take up the entire width of the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just like, come on, man. I don't go to your town and act like most towns outside of New York City or major cities, you drive anyway, so you're not really walking. But it just gets out of control. And now as starting to get warmer out.
Maybe we should go to their town and shit on their side.
Yeah, right. It's like, huh? How you like this?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Let's be like, you motherfuckers.
Ooh. Echoey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a small gripe, but it really was on my mind this morning when I was up there, just kind of trying to fight for a little bit of sidewalk space.
Gotcha.
And it's even more congested in the city than ever before.
Oh, yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
I mean, Keith is born and raised here. We've been here almost 23 years. I mean, it's just the worst. I would like New York to get scary again, just to get them the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Or if the dollar is better than everywhere else, because I mean, people just come here. It's like so cheap to come here.
Oh, yeah, totally. My Let's Get Shitty is last week we were gifted Benefiber from Lauren, which I was like so excited about. Boxes and boxes
From
of
Lauren, you said?
Benefiber.
I haven't tried it yet.
Lauren's
I have to try it this
No,
week.
I can't try it.
Why?
Because it's made from wheat and I'm gluten free.
Oh, okay.
Like, what kind of bullshit is that?
That sucks.
Like, I was hoping a lot
Oh,
of
that
those
sucks.
kind of things are made with actually like corn husk or whatever. So, but I read the ingredients just because I was like curious, and I've been doing that a lot recently with even my dry shampoo. I found out has aluminum in it, which if you have Lyme disease, you shouldn't be using aluminum deodorant because it heavy metal toxins.
No one should really.
No,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but like, I was like, oh, that's what dry shampoo is. It's basically deodorant for your scalp. I was like,
That's
fuck
weird.
this shit.
I've never used that before either.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
But the Benefiber, I'm so depressed, I can't use it. And I tried to Google, it's a certain kind of wheat that I was like, maybe it doesn't have gluten in it. But when I Googled, there was like two different, like, it was like, yes, if you're gluten free, do not take this. And another one that said like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But still, like, I was so pissed. I want to try it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to try it then. I'll be the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Unless
We'll gift it to everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our new, like, thank you for being a guest on the podcast.
Yeah,
Here's
here.
some Benefiber. I want to get to that point where
Feel
we
regular. Yeah, I can't wait to have like products and things.
yeah, like a
give
gift
away.
bag.
Yeah.
It's coming though.
Yes.
Soon.
Yes. All we have is promo codes. Like Undercover Poo has a promo code for at Hey Poopy Pod for 15% off.
Yeah. So get that undercover poop.
Yeah, I'm gonna
people.
get that.
It's
Yeah.
good.
It's great.
I'll try it.
It's approved.
So those were our gripes. Those were our let's get shitty moments.
So now that we've had that let's get shitty moment, let's flush it down the toilet so we can forget about it. See, don't we feel better?
Yeah.
We've like flushed it away.
There's been a cleansing, a clearing.
We get the news now.
News, yes.
Yes.
You might be one of our correspondents, Keith, because you're just coming with it, man. I love it. Yes, we'll get in the news right now. I know, it's so funny.
I love it.
This is new as of the last episode, so
Yeah, I've never heard before. So.
yeah. We were like, we gotta turn the news up. Breaking wind.
But you gotta wait till the very end. It's like we're almost there. Hold on. This is the best part.
Crash.
I love it.
That's great.
Today's news, actually, it came to me while watching SNL. I think 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah.
This was in the Post, the New York Post, which is, ugh.
Yeah.
But it's still
Exactly.
it's still a good story.
Yeah.
It's a short.
I mean, we might hate publications, but we never hate a good poo
oh
story.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just keep them coming.
Sure.
The whole headline by Marissa Delato. Street marijuana contaminated with dangerous amount of poop. So there's a. It's so great. It starts off. Here's the poop, dope lovers. You're getting a potty mouth. Like, who writes that? Some of the Post has like the corniest like fucking lines, but
I love it.
But it is
It's
very
like
funny.
at the same level as the Inquirer to me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's like it's just like it's like highlights for people that think they're reading news.
Yeah.
But basically, a new study from Spain found that street marijuana is likely to have an alarming amount of poop on the plastic packaging it comes in.
Ugh.
A stunning 88%, 88
Wow.
of ganja packets had ganja packets.
They really wrote that.
I know. So that's what it says right here.
God, that's
Ganja
great.
packets had a dangerous amount of doo-doo on them. These are researchers from the Forensic Science International.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, that kind of sounds fake, but whatever. I think that's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, 8. That's a lot.
That is a
That's
lot.
almost like. That's crazy amount. They said the pot is not suitable for consumption and should be considered a public health issue because it carries E. coli bacteria.
I bet.
So, which
So
can cause
gross.
which can cause our dreaded diarrhea, stomach cramping, nausea, vomiting.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you smoke marijuana to help with those
Yeah.
problems, and this is going to cause those
exactly.
problems.
You're like, well, I didn't have that intention. So yeah, it's basically it's a fecal matter that ends up in your hands, your mouth. the way you I mean, like they're going by the actual bud part.
Yeah.
They're not really talking about like
But it said also on the
edibles.
plastic, so
But on the plastic, so you never know. So it's like
Yeah.
you get this dirt weed off the street.
I've never been so happy to not smoke weed.
Yeah. I'm not a huge weed guy.
I'm not a drug guy at all, but I'm extra not a drug guy now after this.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely it's something you don't want to think about, but now it's like what? So,
It's out there.
it's like how cocaine is usually laced with baby laxatives, and that's why people shit when they do cocaine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's what
that
I've
sounds-
heard.
Well-
I haven't done cocaine since I was 19, so
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they use something else now.
maybe.
But yeah, just like so, just be safe out there, people.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
quote
Sharing joints.
quote SNL.
Oh, was it Colin Jost had said in the in their news segment? Colin Jost had said on SNL, which begs the question: what is a reasonable amount of poop?
Feces, I think he said.
Feces, sorry,
Yeah.
feces.
What's the reasonable amount of feces?
I mean, that's crazy. It's like zero. Not.
Yeah. I mean, it probably grows in some kind of manure, but it sounds like it's human
It's just-
poop, and that's
I-
gross.
I mean, that's just that's not cool. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't want the last thing you're thinking about is like if you're smoking a joint with somebody, you're like, oh, it's gonna have a good time. It's like, oh, I don't want to think about like I could possibly get
Eating
like
crap.
E. coli.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
I just learned on some other podcast, I forget which one, that you guys know what the dirtiest thing in a hotel room is?
Doorknobs?
Nope.
No.
The TV remote has an unusual large amount of feces on it.
Oh, true. Well, or those hotels have those like little business keyboards.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure those are pretty filthy too.
I have to stop looking at remotes.
I think
You're like,
hotels.
I think in the
What is this,
future I
Samsung?
want to bring like saran wrap for the remote when I get there.
That's a good idea.
I've also heard that the curtains have always an unusual amount of semen on them.
Interesting.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, because they don't clean them as much. But begs me to wonder, like, what are you doing by the window? Are you jerking off looking out the window? Are you jerking off hoping people will look in at you jerking off?
Who knows?
Are you just getting out of bed and just wiping your semen?
No, I mean, like there was some podcast or some radio show I was listening to, and some comedian was talking about that exact thing, and how he's like, I just go crazy. I just do all kinds of ill shit in the room. Because you know, one dude talked about a friend of his. Again, I don't know who. I can't remember what comedian this was, but talking about a friend of his staying in one of those awful comedian hotels they have, and they were like wiping their ass on the inside or the backside of the curtains. Like leaving it like as a joke, like, oh my god, like that'd be so funny because they don't
wash them.
Yeah,
they'll wash the towels and the sheets and vacuum the carpet.
Animals.
Just don't open the windows.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
Don't
I'd
touch it.
put on a plastic suit and just be like, I brought my own air mattress.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's gross.
Yeah.
Like in Naked Gun when they have the body condom.
Yes.
Sleep in that.
You need that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god. Well, that was an awesome episode.
This was amazing.
Like,
Keith, you killed.
Keith, you might have to be like, I don't know. Maybe
I would love to come back.
Yes,
So let me know
please.
because I have more stuff I still want to share.
Oh my god,
Yes.
yes, for sure. Like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And
The time
can't wait
went
for
by
that.
way too quickly. This
did.
was
I mean,
extremely
there
enjoyable.
were so many good stories, great questions. I mean, you're the best guest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Keith and I both always talk about podcasts that we like. And then when I was like, hey, do you want to be on our podcast? He was like, I never knew I'd be on one.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, man.
It is awesome.
I mean, you're for this context of poop and farts, like you're
Yeah.
you're the king.
You're getting an award from
yeah,
us.
man. That story.
One thing I'd like to leave maybe as a cliffhanger.
Okay.
for the
Ooh.
next
Yes,
one
please.
is don't answer. But
Okay.
Do you take your shirt off when you poo?
Okay, we'll have to find out next time.
Yeah, we'll find out because I think a large population does a certain thing.
I do know people who do that.
Yeah.
I have a new weird thing that I do that if I'm getting changed for bed and I pee in the bathroom, I'll just leave my pants down around my ankles when I walk out. I'm not going to pull them up to take them off again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But sometimes I'll walk through the entire apartment before actually taking them
Oh my
off.
god, that's so
And I'm
funny.
like, why am I like, I'll walk into the kitchen, walk to the other side, and I'm like, my pants are around my ankles for like the past 10 minutes. This is
You, like,
ridiculous.
you're just sitting there like checking your email real quick. Oh shit, no. Fuck, I should go do the thing I was meaning to do.
I'm like, what is wrong with me?
That's
Oh my
hilarious.
god.
So ridiculous.
Well, we'll have to answer that question when you come back.
next time.
Yeah.
I'd love to. Let me
I
know
love
whenever
it.
you guys want to do it again. I'm
Perfect.
down to come back.
Sweet.
Yes.
We're down.
Awesome, guys.
Thanks again, and thanks for listening. Remember to check us out on Instagram at Hey Poopy Podcast, or send questions.
anything.
Stories.
We have undercover poo to give to you guys.
Yeah, we still need to give this away. So your best stories, if you
Please.
send it to heypoopypodcast@gmail.com. We'll send you. You get 9 tablets of
It's like
undercover
a bath
poo.
That's
bomb
9
for your
poos.
Yeah.
toilet.
And you don't need it for every poo, really.
Yeah. Just for those real special ones.
Yeah.
But send those in, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Woo! Hey guys, thanks for listening to Shooting the Shit. We are on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Please rate, review, download. It really helps to get more listeners. Plus, tell all your friends about us. And
For more about Shooting the Shit with Dave and Ellen, you can check us out at heypoopypodcast.com. For questions, product reviews, information, please email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com. And you can see us on Instagram at heypoopypodcast.
theme song by Jordan Pearlson. Hey, Poopy.
Oh, that one's gross.
Very wet.
Oh my god. Okay.
man, I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?